All right, boys, welcome. We don't do any fancy start. We just get straight into it.
I like it.
Welcome to the latest episode of The Heat Locker.
Thanks for having us.
Have you guys listened to any other episodes? You can lie.
I listened to Isaac's episode.
Okay.
Yep.
Few people listen to Isaac's episode. Same. Is it just because he's beautiful? So you need to stay up on the mic, Eric. I didn't give these guys a good rundown. So you want your mic about a fist from your face. So you know when we wrestled today, Eric, and we kind of kissed? If you're that close, that's perfect.
That's perfect.
That's going to work really well.
Nice.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Good to be here.
So feel free to say whatever you want. We don't censor people like you guys do here in America. I feel like since I've been here, there's so many words I'm not allowed to say.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to describe people by their appearance. There's
people tend to be sensitive about that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that because of the bad shit you guys have been doing for so long, or what?
I think people are just fucking soft.
Yeah. What's the game?
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought you New Yorkers were like a tough breed. I expect that from the California.
It's a misconception.
Yeah.
It's a misconception.
Soft as baby
we
shit.
Are.
Yep. Anyway, welcome. So today we've got Mr. Frank Rosenthal and we've got Mr. Eric Sherman. Welcome.
Thank you.
2 killer black belts out of Renzos here.
Thanks, sir.
I'm sure the people watching are up to date and know who you guys are. Straight off a competition last night.
Yep.
Are we going to talk about it? We're going to try and fucking pull the Band-Aid off while it's raw, or what's the...
Yeah, I've been having temper tantrums the last 24 hours.
Yeah, good.
So this is kind of therapeutic for me. No, overall it was a great experience, and I'm just really proud of all my teammates and the performance that they put forward. So, look, man, you go out against tough competition, and some days it's good, some days it's not. But my guys showed up, and that's all I could ask.
Yeah.
So.
The format's awesome. It's really exciting to compete alongside your teammates. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but what I'm going to do is give you a bit more length, mate. Something I'm
perfect.
sure you would appreciate.
Could use that.
How's that?
It's perfect. No, it's cool to compete alongside your teammates. The format itself is really cool, so that was exciting. Obviously, we're bummed at the result, but the guys did really well, and we'll have another shot at them.
Is that your first time doing a Quintet tournament?
Yeah.
First time.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, isn't it? We did a Quintet back in Sydney with my team, and I actually found it easier to prepare for. I didn't find the same amount of stress. There was the stress for me. There was the stress of being the coach, and it was my academy. I'm like, there's a lot of heat on us. Like, if everyone fails here, I'm going to look like a complete fucking retard. But the positive was, I'm competing with my buddies. And did you guys find that same sort of thing? Like, I was
more stressed when my teammates were going than me.
Yeah, same. But I think it kind of put you feel a responsibility not to perform for yourself, but you don't want to let the other guys on the team down. So it was good. It was a good kind of pressure.
Sorry to interrupt. That cracking is the pipes, isn't it?
No, it's actually, there's a homeless man, and there's a whole community of homeless people that live in the ceiling.
In the ceiling?
At the Renzo Gracie Academy.
Yeah. They're busy.
We don't want to kick them out.
Okay.
So. I
was walking past a homeless dude this morning, and he's asleep on the footpath. And I feel bad for him. Like, I'm cold, and I've got, this expensive jacket on and shit. But I don't feel so bad that I actually give him money. But, I feel bad for him. So at least that probably keeps him warm at night.
Yeah.
But at what stage do you get where you've given up so much that you just urinate where you are so that there's a puddle and it goes down slowly past where the people are walking? Because
I thought we were talking about jiu-jitsu, and I was at what stage? And then
there's a point of diminishing return where it keeps you warm for probably a few minutes, and then you're fucking cold, and now I've got piss pants.
We had our own experience actually this morning on the subway.
Yeah.
With a homeless person.
Oh, that was horrible. It was 6:45 in the morning. And before the subway even came, we were like, we need to get seats because we're coming up from, where did we start?
Rockland County.
184th, yeah. And we came from Rockland County.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's far.
Yep.
So we were like, we just need to get seats. So we see empty. As we come in, it looks empty. Turn left, and it's just this homeless man sleeping across the entire bench. Yeah. And we were like, well, will be standing.
I looked at Eric, and I think any normal, upstanding citizen would have been like, oh, man, fucking homeless guy, I feel so bad. I literally said to Eric, I'm like, I want to teep kick him in the fucking head for taking up 3 seats. Because I had to stand for the first 5 minutes.
Fucking asshole. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
The first stop, and then someone got off, and we sat next to him. But Eric had to move his wallet from his pocket to his bag because he was concerned.
I was like, I'm not taking any chances.
Had he urinated on the seat also?
I'm sure he did.
Probably,
I mean, I'm still wearing this.
Look, I just feel like if I don't have good access to a shower, like I finish training, I can't wait to have a shower and get clean. I'm like, fuck, I need to get all that shit off. Imagine when you just to
all
wonder
day.
now
All day.
if you get to that stage, then what are you not? What's on your list of things that you're not willing to do?
Yeah. It's got to be a short list.
I mean, that's I feel like
It's a short list.
I did see a thing on Facebook the other day, and the dude was on the subway here, masturbating with a knife in his hand or something like.
I actually do that quite regularly. I don't think that's like. Is that bad?
I don't know. I'm not up to date with your
Frankie's
culture.
Tuesday and Thursday nights.
It's like what I look forward to.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think
enough.
you took that from the big guy.
So the quintet thing's fun. So that was finishers, right?
Yeah.
That's
Finishers.
finishers, yeah.
I like how they put the stream on YouTube. I think that's
Yeah.
fantastic. Not trying. Here's the thing, right? A lot of guys that run shows now, they need to kind of try and somehow monetize it to cover all their bills. So that a lot of the time it's a paid stream. The problem with paid streams is a lot of people just won't do it, especially jiu-jitsu guys. They're notoriously tight or notoriously just don't have money.
Yeah.
So then no one really gets to watch. And I feel like it's better just being out there. But, that's hard from a promoter's perspective. They need to somehow recoup their money, else there won't be shows for us to compete on. I like the fact they did that. What I didn't like is, why do you have a professional tournament where there's no heel hooks? Why are you doing amateur rules? Like that was ridiculous as far as I'm
I
concerned.
think
was
they
really-
based it off of like the actual quintet rules, which is
So
no
stupid.
heel hooks. But I don't know. I try to look at things from like the positive side was I was like, well, it's kind of an opportunity for our team to show the other skills that we have. Because I think a lot of people associate like me and the rest of the team as well with like as heel hook guys. But it was kind of nice yesterday being put in a
You're
position
forced
where
to diversify
yeah,
a little bit.
you have to pass the guard. You have to show other skills. So I kind of looked at it as maybe not such a bad thing, but yeah, at the same time, look, if I could have the ability to break somebody's leg, I would happily take it.
Yeah.
So it's good and bad.
And it felt, especially when you just remove heel hooks, it's like a handicap on the entirety of the match or the tournament itself. So
Why not remove arm bars? Why not remove
exactly.
why not
Like
remove
it-
back strangles? I just don't
exactly. So it
understand
just
why
felt
choose
a
heel hooks.
bit-
It doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly right. So if you were to say all leg locks are going to be removed, okay, that's one way of looking at it, but
It's
exactly
crazy.
right.
Yeah,
like
it's
why
ridiculous.
just heel hooks?
It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, I just thought that was a bit of a, because it takes away, it changes the way we, like it actually, like you just said, it changed the way you grapple because you had to, but the idea, the beautiful thing is, and this is why I love submission grappling as opposed to just, federation style jiu-jitsu, is that it's so pure.
Yeah.
But other than slamming and punching each other, well, actually, a lot of the time, I'm even happy for slams to be in because I think, like, if I get picked up, I should let go of you if I don't want to get slammed. So I actually think slams are actually fine. So really, other than striking each other, it's very pure. It should just be, let's just see what submissions are going to work. Not, we're going to pick this one and you can't turn your leg this way. And that's why I
thought
feel
to
like...
just remove heel hooks was a little weird, though.
Yeah.
I'm just going to adjust your mic for you, Frank. I'm going to put it up a little bit.
Thank you. Okay.
I can give you a bit more length too, Frank.
Good. Yeah, I could use any all the inches I can get. Game of inches.
We do centimeters back at home, mate.
Yeah. We do inches.
I
here.
like to talk to Americans about that. I think the metric system's the way to go.
You think
That's what
so?
You guys need to get with it.
It's confusing, man.
It's confusing because you didn't grow up with it. Here's the thing, right? You guys are like, man, temperature. Let's make like 0 degrees 32, makes
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Nothing makes any sense.
Yeah, I guess.
Everywhere, you're like 1 centimeter, 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters. Like, there's like, whoever came up with this is like, I just want to be the opposite to everyone else.
Yeah.
I don't even know how it started, but I think you need to. You guys do so much
Work
good
on it.
shit. I just think that's worth having to think about.
Yeah. I have a hard enough time with math, so if we could,
Yeah, if you can make it easier.
make it easier.
Maybe
Pounds.
appoint someone else to do it.
Yeah.
A pound is 2.2. A kilo is 2.2 pounds. A kilometer is a mile is 1.6 kilometers.
Yeah.
None of it fits in well.
It doesn't.
It just doesn't work.
You guys do some
Just
cool
doesn't
shit.
work.
There's some fucking spectacular buildings in this city.
Yes.
I went into I'm not a man of religion, but I went into a church down up on 60th and 5th Avenue, well, like near the park there. It was called Saint something or other, but it was fucking spectacular. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looks like a Harry Potter castle.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You go to the new Hudson Yards yet?
No, what's that? Is that somewhere I'm going to get shot or?
No.
Okay.
Really nice. It's right around here. It's on starts around 10th, like 40th and 10th-ish. Just right on the west side.
And what is it?
They just like revamped it. Really nice restaurants.
Okay.
Stores, everything. Like really touristy. But if you go on a Monday or something, it's
look, I just don't get much time between. I mean, you guys appreciate it between the double training session. You know, we're sitting here now between training sessions.
You're expending valuable energy right now. You probably should be napping between sessions.
Well, I just hope that you murder me again in the lunchtime. Are you staying around for the lunchtime, you guys?
I can't.
I'll be here.
Frank, you'll be here.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't have a life.
Good.
So
yeah,
I'll hang out.
You haven't got children, have you?
No.
Girlfriend?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just mornings for me.
Just mornings?
Yeah.
What do you got on?
You gotta go to work, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No one seems to work around here. That's what I can't make any sense of.
Yeah, I know. You're in the afternoon class and you look around and you think to yourself, what the fuck do these people do for a living that you're here at 12:30 on a Monday? Yeah. I think that to myself every day, and I've known these people for years.
And there's 100 people.
And and I still maintain that none of them have actual jobs. Like that's the only logical conclusion I could come to.
Have you guys got good welfare? Or?
They're all homeless.
But they have good jiu-jitsu.
They have great jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. It's a poor hygiene.
Poor hygiene. Smell like urine.
Yeah.
Very good ashigaramis. Yeah.
You're gonna see that homeless guy.
Yeah. I think I trained with him this morning.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve.
Well, you guys did good. Like the quintet's hard because what I believe with quintet is that you need to be vicious with stall in penalties. I think it needs to be like wrestling, right? You know, 100%. Wrestling, you take a step back. I watch a lot of wrestling, but like they step back, they penalise you, so you have to just go at it.
That's a good idea.
I feel like for quintet, because there's so much game playing going on, where guys are like, I'm going to stall this dude out. Like the quintet that we had, you know. I found like the other team was kind of like trying to stall us out and just look for that tactical win. Whereas I was like, guys, just go in there and try and submit the guys. Like, let's not play like that. I'd rather us lose going down fighting rather than like playing tight and just. And I think the way you have to get out of that is with the stalling course, because I felt like there's a few of those matches yesterday where they kind of shut up a little bit.
Well, guys would clearly just draw it out. Or they came in with a very
tactical,
clear sense that they weren't there to submit or be proactive in their attacks. It was more just get through the 8 minutes.
Just knock that guy out. Especially if they think you're a threat, they think that you could submit them, because like one point down or one submission down can be the end. Then I think that's how you get the purity out of quintet. You got to be vicious with stalling causes. Like if you're fucking around, we're going to call you on it. You do it again, we'll disqualify you, and that's the same as a loss.
Yeah,
I think that would be, a nice way to clean that up.
Yeah.
So it went down to the wire with you guys. You got a nice submission. You got a nice little snap armbar from side control. That was sweet. That was very nice. That guy he didn't want to tap it. You kind of didn't even crank it on him. He kind of like it was weird.
I'm good friends with Zach. Like he's a buddy of mine. We were talking after, and I couldn't tell in the beginning if he definitively had tapped. Yeah. And I never obviously want to be the guy to extend something longer after somebody does tap. But yeah, I mean, Yeah,
it was nice. Yeah. But then they kind of stalled you out in that next one, and
yeah, I really thought in that
was Ray,
that
right?
next one. Yeah, I mean Ray DeLeon again.
He just survived. I should say.
I competed against him before. He's like super tough, but I really was 100% confident. I was like, I'm gonna get this done.
Well, you put him in the finishing position.
Yeah, and like I just talked to John about it this morning about adjustments that we need to make going forward, but. It's hard, man. It's hard to come that close and be so hyper focused and like you're right there and you just fall a little short. But I mean, look, credit to those guys. They fucking Ray does not tap unless something is breaking or unless he's gonna is unconscious. Like he's not gonna tap unless it's on. So that's the difference between the top level guys and everybody else.
So I texted Jason as you had it, and I'm like, I had no idea what I think. Would have made sense, and I said to Jay, what do you think you should have done here? And it was just about the angle of that corkscrew motion, right? Is that what John said this morning, or
he actually suggested
like that rotation on the opposite triangle? Is that what it was?
I mean, that's what I tried. John actually suggested that we move to like a different variation that I didn't try during the match. Again, that's why he's John, and that's why I'm an idiot. But look, if nothing else, it was like a good learning thing going forward, and hopefully I get to that position again and I have a different result.
So the try more is a great option from that kind of crappy variation of opposite triangle where you've just got a lock, but he was keeping his hands
Which
gripped
is why,
tight.
yeah, that's exactly what I actually went to first. I looked for that repeatedly,
I saw that, yeah.
interchangeably between switching triangles, between the dilemma of strangling with the triangle and then going to the break with the Kimura. But yeah, I mean,
his
I've
defense
never
was
seen someone
tight.
defend that way.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he got a sprawled. He brought his hands away so he couldn't hit the Kimura, and then he kind of just
And rolled
gave
to
up.
bottom.
Yeah, went to bottom.
Yeah.
It was just stubbornness.
Yeah,
It was
I
sheer
mean,
stubbornness.
credit to him, man. I don't know if I've ever been in a triangle that long and survived.
Yeah.
So.
The opposite triangle from the mount kind of becomes. I actually have to talk to Jason about that. Like, I don't know, can you finish it from the mount, you know? Like, I
It's
feel like from
hard.
the mount it's hard to
It's
finish
hard.
that opposite. The angle's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which I figured out midway through was the problem. Because when he kept rolling to bottom position, it put the floor in my way. So every time I wanted to readjust my triangle from, like traditional to reverse, I couldn't do it because the floor was in my way.
Yeah.
So I actually wanted to roll to my own back, and I think he figured out what I figured out in that if the back is to his advantage, I'm kind of stuck in this triangle where, yeah, it's locked up, but I don't have the horsepower to finish it. So, yeah, it was a weird position. It was a weird match. But,
Good learning.
Still fun nonetheless. I had a great time.
And how awesome is that? Like, still learning. You guys are both black belts, and I'm the same. Like, I've learnt. This sounds so fucking cheesy, but I've literally learnt more since I've been a black belt than the 10 years coming up to black belt.
100%.
Totally.
Now, part of that was because that's kind of when I started to be introduced to the Danaher mindset. You know, in Australia, see, we're on the other side of the world. We don't even have the telephone yet. So
Yeah.
these iPhones are cool. You guys have got.
Yeah. You can call anywhere.
Two phones. Eric, are you a drug dealer? Would you like to own up to that
can't
on
say
the?
that.
Yeah, okay, can't talk about it.
Yeah, I
Right.
can't talk about that here.
In Australia, if you got two phones, it means you're a drug dealer.
Yeah.
If anybody is looking for high quality cocaine, please contact Eric Sherman
We could
at
talk
631.
after the podcast. Yeah, we could talk after
Hit him
the
up on
podcast, but-
Hit him up on Facebook.
Yeah, hit me up.
But
But
yeah,
actually, I need more business. So
You do need more
any
business.
way you can
well,
drum this up.
no one here works anyway, so
Yeah.
exactly. That's the problem. What I was saying was, like, it was around that time I kind of started seeing EBI come up and saw Gordon and Gary. I'm like, fuck, these guys are doing jiu-jitsu how I think it should be done.
Yeah.
So I started. See, there was no instructionals, there was no access. I hadn't come to over here yet. So I was like, I just got to try and work this out by watching matches and like literally, I'd watch a 10-minute match of Gordon or Gary, and then I'd watch it on quarter speed, right? On like so it was like every second it'd take 4 seconds to watch, right, on slow speed, and I'd just be like, hey, what's he putting? Trying to reverse. Yeah, I couldn't reverse engineer it, but that's what I was trying to do, right? And then finally came over here and then went, okay, this is where it's at. This is how now I see what's going on. I came over. I'd been just given my black belt, and I came over and like Nick Ronan was a purple belt, and he fucking raped me, and I felt like a goose. And I was like, this is a different
He
thing.
does that to a lot of people, though.
Yeah.
In your defense.
Yeah,
He's
I feel
really
better
good.
now. I'm not
He's
saying that.
really
I'm not
good.
saying I've got Nick's number,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm coming for you, Ronan.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The accountant. He actually just won a tournament
He
on the
did. He
weekend
looked
too.
fantastic on Saturday. And then he
He's a
did
straight
somebody's
seller.
taxes.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's literally like I called him the accountant when I first met him, but he's actually
W2s
literally an
don't
accountant.
stop.
No.
The
They never
W2s
stop.
don't stop.
They never stop.
So
The IRS. Yeah, this place is the place to be. I mean, you guys, I'm sure you guys don't take it for granted, but it would be easy to kind of just, because I see, it's funny, I come in and I see some people, and John's teaching, and I saw a guy a guy literally was like on his phone on Instagram or something while John was teaching. I'm like, I feel like you've kind of, that guy kind of missed what he's got in front of him here,
that's
like,
so disrespectful.
but I watch Gordon, and Gordon's the best in the world. I don't think it's unfair to say that.
Nope.
And Gordon's sitting there watching intently, listening to him. I thought, well, there's the reason why.
Yeah.
This guy's a blue belt and that guy's.
I've always said, like, if you're a competitor here and, like, you're not where you want to be in your career, like, it's on you.
Yeah.
Like, every time I compete and I lose, like, I'm the first one to be like, man, like, I have every resource available to
all
be
the
successful.
resources, the infrastructure.
So it's on you. Like, you can get you're gonna get out of this place what you put into it. And again, like, just because you show up, like you said, like, if you're on your phone, like, fucking off, you're not just gonna go out and win just because you're in the room. I mean, you got to put the work in, but like, you have every resource here to do it, and not including the other guys around, like Eric, all the tough training partners, and all the guys that even visit. Like, man, there's just so much good jiu-jitsu in here.
That's a interesting point you bring up with visitors, right? So, every academy has a visitor roll through every now and again. Oh, this guy happens to be in your town. But you guys are a place where people come to, do jiu-jitsu. But visitors can be a fucking liability too. They're a lot of, it depends who they are. They come here trying to impress. They know, like, maybe you're someone they've seen before. They know on the scene. They're like, I want to test myself. I want to, then they're spaz. Is that hard where you'll get like a new guy that you don't know and you're like, fuck, do I want to roll? Because I'm specific about who I roll with, like, let alone what you guys must be like, being more of a target, How does that work?
I think there's just been so many. We've just seen such an uptick in the past 2 to 3 years. With the evolution and progression of the team.
Yeah.
So having visitors now, it's like, the core guys. I'm always at the morning class, so I know the core guys who are in it. And but you see increasingly like 10 new faces, 15 new faces, 20 new faces. And Frankie was just telling me like, oh, the guy you rolled with, that guy's an ADCC vet. And I'm like, what?
That's a Polish dude,
where
right?
does this? Where can't even keep up. So, but tough guy. But
maybe I haven't trained with that guy yet. He looked like a guy that was going to spaz out and hurt me, so I kind of stayed away from him.
You might.
Yeah.
You might.
I don't know.
But not to anyone else, just to you.
Just to me, He'll like spaz out, do like a fucking cunny
hates
disarm or
Australians.
something. Good, that's good, because we hate Polish people too. No, I'm joking. We've got heaps of Poles back in home.
Yeah, we got to be nice.
Yeah. I kind of... The visitor thing is like a mixed bag. I think on one hand it's good because like it keeps us sharp. Like rolling with the same guys every day, even though they're very good, you get in like a rhythm. But a new guy comes in and it's like, man, it's kind of like a competition because it's a game you've never felt before.
Yep.
So it's good in the sense that it keeps you sharp. But again, there's times that I pick and choose, like, like if I have a competition coming up or even if I'm just banged up and a little bit hurt, like I'll be more selective about who I roll with. I have had occurrences here where visitors came in and, ask politely for a round and you think it's going to be really smooth and nice and I get kneed in my eye and my eye swells shut, crazy stuff that happens. So you kind of learn to like pick and choose and navigate, the best way to do it. But overall, we like having visitors here, like we're honored that people want to come and, train with us. I think it's really nice.
It is cool. It's unusual because you guys have got, you've got superstars in here, including yourselves. Like guys are coming, they see you on the scene. Jiu-jitsu's blowing up, bigger than it's ever been because of the access to social media and the internet and the way we're all connected now. People keep up to date with Gordon's Instagram like he's their mate that they chat to every day. So when they come in here, they're like, fuck, there he is, there's that guy, or there's that John Danaher, I saw his DVD and whatever. People come in starstruck.
It's the most flattering thing.
Yeah.
People, want to come, they want to learn from the best guys in the world, and John and the team are very much that. So that's a really flattering thing that visitors want to come. I think ultimately it's great. I mean, jiu-jitsu's bigger than kind of even what we learn on the mats too. So these are just great people that you're learning. I think you have friends in every part of the world at this point, and that's a really nice thing to have.
That is cool how it brings everyone together. There's a whole, there's those Polish dudes. I'm an Australian here. No one understands what I'm saying.
They're never going to invite you anywhere, though.
Yeah.
Not
Look,
you.
I don't really want to go to Poland. Yeah, fuck that place. It's
The
cold
game's
enough
really
here.
nice.
Am I allowed to say that? I don't. It's like you're not even allowed to describe where someone's from here. I called Fabian a Mexican before, and he's like, no, fucking.
Fabian's not Mexican?
Oh, I don't know. Look,
is he not from Mexico?
As far as I'm concerned, anything south of Texas is Mexico.
Yeah.
That's. I don't know if that's right or not.
Dude, if you're south of Queens, you're from Mexico.
South
in this
of
place.
Queens.
As far as I'm concerned, Fabian is the cartel.
Yes. I'm 100% sure of that. I did a podcast with him. He's actually a super funny dude, Fabian. He's fantastic.
Great.
And he's
competed really well yesterday.
He did very well.
Yeah.
Competed really well.
His level is increasing. Like I trained with him in July. I was here in July. I came back and he's increased substantially. He's between here and Sarah's.
Yeah, he's working hard. It's good to see.
He's a tricky little prick.
Yes.
Yeah. Would you guys use that terminology? Prick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
Prick, cunt.
Yep. Yeah, the Americans don't seem to use that as much.
Gary St. Ledger.
Yeah.
Yo.
What a legend.
That guy's a legend.
Speaking of legends, so it's I don't put celebrities or anyone up on pedestals. That's not my thing. I don't really care. I could meet Tom Cruise. I don't know what's a big celebrity, but like I don't really care. I wouldn't care. But John Danaher is a guy, because he influences, like, my career, my job is teaching jiu-jitsu. And the only type of jiu-jitsu I want to teach now is his version of jiu-jitsu. I think it's beautiful. I think that it's the most logical. I think it's, you name it, it's that. So for me, getting to see him is a little bit of it's like one of those few moments where I'm actually kind of like, shit, this is a guy I really respect here. I want to make sure
I've been taking his classes for, I don't know, I started coming here when I was 19, 20. I'm 29, so 10 years about. I'm still nervous every single time I come to the morning class.
Okay.
Every
That's
time,
cool.
because it's John,
Yeah.
and you want to be at your best for just the level of the class is so high and the level of his instruction is so high. So it would be a disservice if you were anything but, at the top of your game almost every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning, for me at least. So I get that completely. It's like he just raises the bar so high.
That's so awesome that you still feel like that.
Yeah,
I thought maybe just me, I'm outsider, that I kind of, I'm trying to, like, I'm not trying to, I would never, at the expense of my training partner, try and do something to be like, oh, I hope John sees this. Like, I'm still trying to be a good trainer, but I'm like, fuck, I'm working so hard on this. And, I think last time he was like, good job, Luke. And I'm like, oh, fucking, that's pretty
a winning
cool.
day. That's a winning day.
That's good.
He didn't call me a retard. It's a good day.
That's a good day.
He didn't cut me in half with a katana. It was a good day.
Yeah. So, like, that is literally priority one. Every class.
Okay.
Every time I know I'm going to train under John, it's like that's the single biggest priority for the day. My whole day is kind of shifted around that. So, like, Monday morning, I'm awake, I'm alert, I'm like ready to go. Especially if you're going to be uke. You got
the dreaded uke.
Yeah. Especially.
Look, a lot of people would think, well, I'm the guy there drilling with Danaher. This is the best. But from what I hear, it's a position. It's a sought after position that's not so sought after. It's a position where you're probably going to get a lot of pressure put on you and a lot of.
Eric and I literally hide behind each other.
Yeah.
In an attempt to, get out of doing it some days, because if I know, like Eric said, I'm not on my A game. Maybe I stayed up a little too late. I'm not going to be my best today. So Eric needs to take one for the team.
I've been doing the morning class a while, so I'm just ready for it by this point.
Because
I'm hoping for the best.
For those that are listening that don't understand, if you make any little error and you don't react how he wants you to react, he's gonna fucking berate you in front of the entire class. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Is he here?
I don't know. Are you scared? He might come up behind you and actually.
That's fair to say.
Oh, real tough. This is recorded, Frank. He can still Is that falling down on you, that mic, Frank?
Yeah.
I think he wants to match your height, but it's kind of a racist mic. It's like Frank's not that short. Just tighten that, Frank.
This way?
Yeah, like pull it towards you. Are you strong enough, or do you want me to do it?
I'm literally the weakest athlete you've ever met.
I thought you were lifting weights now. I see.
Yeah, I started lifting.
Yeah.
It's not working, obviously.
What are you at now? Like curling 6 pounds, 8 pounds?
Do like 8.5 pounds.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw that on his Instagram.
Yeah.
So he's making progress.
Yeah, that's
Gains.
impressive. Gains, yeah, with a Z.
Huh? Yeah.
Gains.
Gains.
Yeah.
Nice.
Swole boys.
So that seems to be that's the formula, right? That most people here are doing. The formula seems to be do shitloads of jiu-jitsu at the highest level, and then go and lift some weights and.
Yeah, you train all day, then you grab 8.5 pound dumbbells, pick them up as many times as you can.
Yeah. Look, I mean,
and then eat a bunch of pizza.
All kidding aside, though, there is a reason that
eat pizza.
These guys, pizza's important.
Nothing wrong with that.
But there is a reason that these guys are like the best in the world, because they do train all day. I mean, think about Gary, Gordon, Frank, all of these guys' schedules. They do the morning class, then they train in John's after. This is from what I understand. Then they train in John's afternoon class. Then they do MMA sessions. Then they teach at night and lift. I mean, there's very, very, very few people or teams or individuals in the world who can match that schedule or match that work ethic, and that's, you can't overlook that, because it's like. They really put in the work every day. And it's not just, you could hit your head against the wall for an hour. That's hard work. But they operate with a very clear sense of direction, and like they have a very sophisticated training program, and I think that's what sets these guys apart from everyone else in the world.
Yeah, I mean, people would look from the outside and go, "Oh, Frank, he's doing jiu-jitsu. He loves jiu-jitsu. Fuck, I've got this shit job. He's got the best life. Lucky him." But it's like, man, you got no idea. First of all, we all have the same opportunities. So the dude that's saying that could go and get off his ass and do something else. But he, whether it's a safety, whether it's a safety thing, he made a choice. That's fine. But it's not easy. I'm not training like an athlete. I kind of put myself more in the coaching category than I'm not trying to be a better athlete. I'm trying to be the best coach I can be. Like, the reason I'm here is not so I can win tournaments. It's so I can understand jiu-jitsu better to teach my guys. That's what I'm about, right? That's my goal. But even that, like, I know how difficult that is as a coach side, let alone as an athlete, because the athlete side, you have to keep your body in perfect condition. You have to be ready. You got to deal with the stresses of comp. That's another thing you put. The average dude that's got his job doesn't have this high peak stress that's going to happen every 2 weeks, where it's like, and it's not stress due to fear of, I'm going to get hurt. It's like, I do not want to lose. This is everything I do, isn't it? Like, if you've got the same sort of mindset as me, it's like that's.
Yeah, I think people only kind of see the highlight reel.
Yeah.
Like, you see when an athlete, wins on a big stage, say like Kasai or Fight to Win or whatever it is, and they're like, man, that must be so awesome. What a high. But like, you don't know what it's like when I'm in a city and I lose a match and like, Jesus Christ, like, you're sitting in that hotel room thinking about all the things you did wrong, and like, it's the lowest of lows. So, I'm not complaining. I mean, look, I love it either way. Like, I'm very grateful for the position I'm in and to be doing jiu-jitsu for a living, but you're right. A lot of people, there is a misconception about, they think it's all glory, all good things. Like, there's a lot of shitty days too. There's a lot of days I leave this academy like
pissed off.
Yeah, pissed off. Like, man, what am I doing? And
I have to talk them off a ledge or something.
But that's how it goes.
So there's a thing I've always heard the saying, neurotic. Well, it's neurotic Jew, but is Jew a word I'm allowed to use? Yeah, I don't know. Am I allowed to say Jew? Or should I say Jewish person? Like, I'm so fucking confused.
You know what? They actually sound equally bad.
Oh, really? So what would I say? Like, how do I do that saying?
Neurotic. What's the context?
I guess what's the context?
Like there's a saying like a neurotic Jew. It's like someone like it's like I don't even know because we don't even have Jewish people home, so I don't even know. But it's
there's
like
no
that
Jews
saying.
in Australia?
Nah, not that I know of.
Okay, well, number one, I'm going to come visit.
Yeah,
so I can.
There'll be one.
Just generate.
You
the
could
population.
start. You could start. Maybe it'll catch on. You could start whatever the.
We'll start a trend.
Yeah. Is it like a church or a synagogue? Yeah, you could start like we'll build one in Penrith.
Yeah.
Or
we could just start with maybe a little trip to Australia before we build anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that sounds good.
So
am I allowed to say? Am I allowed to say Jew? Is Jew a bad word?
No.
I'm very confused.
Yeah. Oh, you got that right.
Yeah. What's the context here?
Okay, so it's contextual.
Yeah, it's context driven. I think.
So
he is Jewish,
so if I said to you, "Is Frank a Jew?" Is that bad?
I mean, it's not inaccurate.
Wait.
Did you say it's not inaccurate?
Did he choose not to pay for the meal or something like that? Was he cheap?
No, like I'm
something?
asking about Frank's background. I'm asking about Frank's background. So I'm to you like, is Frank a Jew?
By birth, yes.
My.
Oh.
Am I still on?
Oh no.
You're still on?
So that beeping.
Maybe that's a sign from our Lord.
Yeah.
Sorry, baby Jesus. We apologise. Wait a sec. I think what happened was the little power plug had come out.
I'll tell you what I think happened.
I think on battery. Relax.
I think Moses heard you.
We have to watch what we say.
And
he's getting pissed.
He's
fuck off.
He's sending fucking lightning bolts into this little unit here. I apologise to the overlords, the Jewish overlords. I apologise.
Yep.
Look. Oh no.
Oh boy.
We'll see how this goes. If this falls apart here, I don't know what to do because we don't have power.
No one cares about what.
Yeah.
But this is lots of fun. Anyway, I don't want to finish it on me asking you about
Judaism.
About Jewish peace. Judaism. There we go. Maybe that's a better.
It's more.
I could say, does Frank follow Judaism?
That's better.
That's very. I feel like you guys are really trying to sort of push me. You're trying to push me. You're trying to contain me. You're trying to clip my wings. I'm like an eagle. Like you guys are. I'm like an eagle, and you guys are trying to make me into like a little caged canary.
Like a racist eagle that just wants to fly. And we're trying to clip your wings.
Hello.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
I think what it did was, it's switched over from battery to this battery bank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look, like I said, first time we're doing that. Anyway, let's push forward. We're still recording, so even if it cut the thing, I can join them together. I have the capabilities. I'm completely retarded, but I
this
can.
Is one thing you've got
this is one thing I do, right? If I need to know something, I'll find it out.
Yeah, you're a committed retard.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly right. Exactly right. So come back, like this place is as far as I'm concerned, it's the mecca for submission grappling. I don't like saying jiu-jitsu anymore because I feel like there's so many different variations of this. This is submission grappling. This is straight out old school Brazilian jiu-jitsu is a slightly different thing. I mean, is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think there's definitely been like a shift in the sport, and that we're starting to recognize that difference. Even with like, ADCC, like guys are recognizing, hey, like I don't need to wrestle to get ready for ADCC. I need to do submission wrestling, because it's not like ADCC comes up, you do 3 months of wrestling practice along with jiu-jitsu and you're ready to go. Like, it's a different program. Our program here, it's when we're getting ready for submission or for ADCC, is submission wrestling. It's not folk style wrestling. It's not freestyle wrestling.
It's the integration of the two.
Yeah, it's something that is in between,
more,
or transcends the two. So, yeah, I agree. I think like jiu-jitsu's moving towards something else from the traditional martial art that it was. I don't know what to call it, but it's definitely something different.
Yeah, because I totally respect that we there's got to be a lineage, there's got to be a direction we came from, but this new direction, the style of grappling that we're doing here. When I say where, I've kind of included myself. You like how I did that?
Yeah.
You know how I kind of like, yeah. I'm
converted.
I'm the unofficial satellite in Australia.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fuck Craig and those guys.
Who the fuck is Craig?
Exactly right. He's not even here.
He's not even here.
He's not even here.
Yeah.
It's a different animal. Like if you guys know it. If you go to any other jiu-jitsu school, especially if you're doing no gi with them, they're just pretty much doing gi jiu-jitsu without a jacket. They're kind of just trying to do guard and things like. It's a totally different thing here, and that's beautiful. I love how John's pushing the sport that direction. I was shocked. I mean, I'm happy, but I was shocked that he gave so much information away when he decided to do his DVDs. Right? Like obviously, all power to John. Like he works so hard to gather this information. If you can monetize it, that's awesome.
Why not?
But is that something you're finding? So let's say yesterday, for instance, that guy you just went against. The only reason he knows about Trimoras and things like that is because he's watched John's DVD. I don't care what you say. These guys have all watched it. They've all John's changed the competition scene. Like I saw on the my guys competed on the weekend, and I coached them all via FaceTime on my phone while I was in my hotel room. Yeah, so I could still coach them. Yeah. And I was watching. I'm like, the level of grappling is just generally better. Guys are going for things, and you can see that everybody's been influenced by this one guy in this basement here in New York. It's phenomenal. It's great. Do you guys appreciate how you're at that epicenter? Is it hard to lose? I know you've spoke about it a little, but like you guys are right at the beginning of the stream.
Yeah. Well, if you're asking like, do I feel at a disadvantage that like say our information's more out there than it was 5 years ago? No. Okay. For the same reason that, man, like when I was a blue belt, I studied more Rafa Mendes and Guy Mendes footage than anybody. I mean, I've fucking day and night, and even since then, like even while they were still competing, they put footage out.
There's the man. He just walked across our screen.
While
the man, the myth, the legend.
The legend. Like Keenan competes, and he's got all his stuff out on DVD.
Yep.
And so my point is like, you can know the Mendes brothers are gonna do a berimbolo. You can know everything that there is to study about a berimbolo, and guess what? Nobody fucking stopped them. So when I saw that, and when I see like Keenan just went out and had a great performance, recently at Euros, like knowing something and stopping something are two totally different things. Guess what? Like I know Gary and Gordon's game fairly well because I train with them so much. Mm-hmm. I can't fucking do anything to stop it though. So no, I think it's good for us. I think it's good for jiu-jitsu as a whole. And I don't think like that's an excuse to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To not be able to beat someone like, oh, well, they watched like my instructor's DVD. Like, fuck that.
I think that's just me. I think I don't like sharing. I think that's the problem. I don't like the idea of sharing.
Share.
I'm not a good sharer. That's fair to say. Yeah. And I'm thinking like, let's say I'll use the example, right? I don't do any technique online. I don't put any technique online. Like you look, every man and his dog on Instagram is making a video. Most of it's 99% of it's pure rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't do any videos because all the information that I am working with and showing my guys information that I've been given by guys much more, much cleverer than me, John Danaher, Jason Rau, Gordon Ryan. And I think, what right do I have to mimic this back and be
feel
like,
the
oh, look,
same.
this, you know what I mean?
I feel the exact same way. Like, who am I to do that? I'm getting it from them. I'm not. Yeah.
It feels a little bit dirty.
Yeah,
but then in the same respect, I'm like, I've worked so hard. So it still takes a lot of work to. I know those mic stands are terrible. That's why I'm going to these other ones that I've got here. But I had to put you in the open. You're right, Frank. Do you want me to?
You're breathing heavy.
Frank, you won't have to do the 8-pound dumbbells today.
I think I got my workout.
Back for those
But
back
at
at
the
home,
same
8 pounds
time-
is like 1 kilo, guys. So Frank's a fucking beast.
He's a
Fucking animal.
He is
But
an
at the same
animal.
time, you do see some of the instruction on. Sorry. Thanks, bro. Sorry about that.
I'll tighten this for you.
I'm not at Frank's level yet, or yours. But at the same time, you do see instructionals on YouTube or Instagram, and it's like, I just shake my head. I'm like, this cannot be real. This is what dilutes, the value of. It diminishes the value of the sport, because you just see anyone who can be an expert, and you're like, you have no credibility. You have no right to do that.
And
But
some of these people have hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's guys who have huge followings. So your average white belt jumps on there and goes, "This is beautiful. I'll follow this guy." And you're like, "No, mate. This is rubbish. This is absolute rubbish." Like, a good indicator is just have a look. What has that guy ever done? Has he? And maybe if he hasn't done anything, who has he produced that ever did anything?
Yeah.
And if you can't answer either of those questions favorably, maybe what he's showing you is he's either just regurgitating someone else's stuff or
Not
he's
the
no
real-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I make this point to my students all the time because they're a little bit younger in the sport.
Yeah.
And I tell them all the time, like, I want you guys immersed in the sport. I want you watching jiu-jitsu when you're not here and asking questions and thinking, but do so with the caution that, like, if you see something online and you have a question about it, like, bring it to me. Like, I'll be able to tell you in 2 seconds whether it's something worth studying or not. And a good way to develop that skill on your own is, like, just ask yourself, like, has this guy that's showing you this hit it in world-class competition? Because if it doesn't work at the highest level, it's not worth your time, whether you're a competitor or not. You know what I mean? And so, like, a lot of these guys with hundreds of thousands of followers and views do these techniques that on camera look beautiful. Yeah, I mean, they can, articulate it. Maybe they can do it on an uke that's not really resisting them. But, like, come on. Like, who are you fucking doing that to? Nobody with a pulse, you know what I mean, would accept, 90% of the moves that I see on Instagram and YouTube. So, I'll tell everybody, like I tell my students, just like, you got to be a little bit cynical. You gotta look at it like kind of through that lens of, like, come on, like, who are you doing this to? At what level are you doing it?
Yeah.
Are we talking about a blue belt in gi competition that's doing it to other blue belts that have been training a year? I don't know if that makes it valid. Are you doing it at ADCC? You know what I mean, against, like, the world class guys? Yeah, then we might have something to look at.
And that's the thing. It's not hard to do that small litmus test. I like to say that word. It kind of makes me sound intelligent.
You sound smart.
It's fucking good.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
It's fucking good.
Yeah. If you said to me about what's a litmus test, I'd be like, yeah, let's move on from that.
Doesn't matter. I'm using the words.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Sorry, Frank. I must apologise for these mic stands.
No, it's okay. You know what? It's keeping me honest.
Well, I
And
can see your forearm. Your right
I'm actually
forearm
getting,
looks thicker.
Yeah, I'm getting a pump.
Yeah.
You're good, bro.
You're
good.
It's not hard to just do that litmus test of, I'm going to have a look at where I'm gathering my information. You look at John Danaher, you see who he's produced underneath him. It's not, it's not, especially the rate of progression here seems ridiculous. That's what I could never work out when I first came here.
Yeah.
So I started jiu-jitsu in 2005. But time means absolutely nothing here. There's guys in here that have been training for 3 years that will either give me an absolute nightmare of a round or beat me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying this, or like I've improved my level substantially. I'm just out of that retard stage, in the slightly less retarded stage, thanks to Jason Rau and John Danaher's instruction. But it's the progression. Guys get good so quickly
It's
here.
the quality.
And it's
of
just
the
that
training
quality
in
of
those years. Yeah, you could say that you've trained 10 years, and if you're only training twice a week or you're inconsistent in those years. It's not, you won't progress as fast as someone who's doing it 3 years, 2 times a day, you know, etc. So, yeah, we see it all the time. Guys who come in 2 years training and they're just amazing.
Or guys that have been here forever that their game hasn't really changed.
Static.
You know, it's kind of static.
So you see both sides of it.
Everybody's getting a workout now.
Yeah.
Look at these.
Yeah.
There was no need to show that, but
No, I'm happy you did.
I'm
that.
happy. We're happy you did.
I'm happy you did, because I'm gonna work out.
I've got
tonight.
particularly large forearms.
You do.
I've got thick forearms. They're actually very short, right?
You
so
noted.
if you look between my elbow and this bone,
Yeah.
it's very short.
The funny thing was, you noted that during our roll today, and it made
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I looked and
It didn't.
wow.
It didn't really help me in that triangle where we kind of kissed it. Well, we did kiss each other. Let's be honest.
Wasn't on purpose, but I'm not.
It was an ankle triangle. It was an opposite triangle.
It was
It's
an
kinda-
ankle triangle.
It's
Yeah.
an
Because
ankle
we did
kiss.
It was an ankle
Yeah.
kiss. The ankle triangle I find hard to strangle with. You need to go belly down, which is what you were trying to force me to do.
Yeah.
Other than that, it just crushed it. It was crushing. It was like a miserable first round to have. It was crushing everything. But when you switch to the armbar, I had to tap. I find the ankle triangles so hard to escape from, but it's one of the hardest to actually break, to get out of.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. It's something that Rau does to me all the time and makes me feel like a goose. Does he do that to you guys? Can he make me feel a bit better? Does he make you guys feel like a goose, or you guys
Yeah, I
just
would
murder him?
if I had to pick an animal. If we're talking about Jason Rau, I think maybe I'd go more along the lines of a dragon.
So Frank, I've heard you refer to him as hey Gordon, I've heard you refer to him as a dragon numerous times.
Yeah.
I don't have any reason why, and he doesn't either. So explain to us the lineage of the Jason Rau dragon.
Let me start by saying Jason knows exactly why he's a dragon.
Oh, so he's lying to me.
And when you look at Jason Rau,
Right.
you're going to look at me honestly and tell me that when you look at him, you don't see a dragon?
That's true.
Let's do a test. Eric, I'm going to say a name. You say the first animal that comes to mind. Ready?
Yeah.
Jason Rau.
Dragon.
There you go.
Yeah. Look, I can't argue with that. I mean, that's a scientific. That's 100% of the people you just
We
surveyed.
just did a litmus test.
Yeah.
We did. 100% of people surveyed believe Jason Rau's a dragon.
If I go in John's office right now,
Yep.
okay, and interrupt him,
Yeah.
which he'll love,
Yeah.
and say, hey, John, Jason Rau, what do you think? He's going to go, dragon.
Or he might cut you in half with a sword.
Could.
Either way.
Either way, it would be
Either way.
amusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the best grappler in the world cruising around behind us.
Hey, Gord, when I say Jason Rau, what animal comes to mind?
Yeah, well, 100% of people surveyed.
You didn't even have to think.
Nah, it's beautiful.
Game over.
Yeah, look,
But
So-
in terms of his skill set.
his actual skill set.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, no. So back to the original question. Yeah, he fucks my day up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He makes me
amazing.
feel miserable.
He's amazing.
The two guys that have made me feel most miserable is Jason Rau and Gordon Ryan. They're the two guys that have made me. I got stuck doing single legs with Gordon today, and that was. So
Horrible.
in Australia, we suck at wrestling at the best of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't even have like people make the Olympic team because we're in the like the African qualifiers. So like by the time we go against someone from Africa, like no one makes it to the actual Olympics.
So
You know, there's a couple of like Russians that have moved to Australia that are okay, but they're not Australians. They're Russians. So we suck. Let alone then me, I just do like lazy submission grappling where I'm happy to be on my back
yeah.
and just
Here
try
you
and
are turning up in the city against the best guys in the world.
yeah, it's great, isn't
Doing
it?
Single legs.
Mm. So
Probably wasn't a fun experience.
well, last time I came in July, and last time I love how John does positional specific training. I think that's how you become
Yeah.
very sharp at specific things. And last time, I'd been doing all these rounds with my guys in the advanced class. We've been starting on the back. We've been doing, but we hadn't been doing turtle. And I came in here against the turtle rounds and felt like a retard.
Yeah.
I couldn't hold anyone. Everyone was out in a second. And if someone got my, turtle on me, they just seatbelt me and just take my back. So, since then, I've included them in this time round. I'm slightly less retarded. Probably like 60 points of IQ, something like that.
Yeah, that's a huge jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas before I was like barely able to breathe.
You were full
like 10,
retard.
like 10 points. Like
Yeah.
I also apologise to anyone listening that actually has, we're not making fun of it.
We're offending a lot of people today.
I have that tendency.
Yeah.
I don't mean to. It's just something that happens.
I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the positional rounds is where it's at. So the turtle thing was a good addition. Now I'm going to have to add single legs. Because single leg was just...
Single legs were great.
It's obviously such a common position, and I feel there's as retarded as I felt in the turtle last time. I felt just absolutely horrendous in that single leg position.
The most exhausting
yes.
position too. You're carrying the guy's weight, and yeah, I find that one to be the most exhausting.
Yeah, it's miserable.
And it happens right in the middle of the class, so by the time the feet to floor matches occur, you're just dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're great rounds.
So people listen. I got lots of different people listening, but let's I won't hold you guys for too long. First of all, thanks for coming on today. I really appreciate it.
No
the
problem.
people are going to love listening to you. What are your Instagram handles? Do you
No,
want
they
people to follow you? Do you guys? What was that? Help me say, Eric.
They won't love listening. I mean,
They will.
Frankie has insights. But
People have been screaming. They've been saying, "I want Sherman on there." I'm like,
yeah,
I'm going to
yeah,
bring
of
him on.
course.
Your drug dealer phone's going too.
yeah,
And
it's blowing up as we speak.
they're after 3.5 pounds of something.
11:02. People need their 8 balls to get the day going.
It's the American way.
It's
It's
fun.
the New York way, isn't it?
Yeah, line them
Yeah.
up.
New York.
I don't
I've watched Narcos, and I think New York was like one of the big. It was like Miami and New York
Yeah.
were the cocaine places, weren't they?
Oh yeah.
Um,
Don't do drugs, kids.
no. There's no need to do drugs. Just do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's enough. There won't be time for anything else.
No.
So yeah, everyone appreciate that. What are your Instagram handles so that people can follow you? Do you know?
Frank Rosenthal 11.
Oh, that's creative.
Yeah.
That's did Instagram give you that?
No,
You wanted that.
I made it up
was
on my own. What?
Were there 10 other people ahead of you?
There's 10 other people ahead that named Frank Rosenthal, so 11.
Is it a common name?
Frank Rosenthal?
Mm.
No, it's actually the name of a famous gangster. Do you know the movie Casino with
Yeah.
Robert De Niro?
Yeah,
De Niro?
fuck yeah, awesome.
So that guy is based on Frank Rosenthal.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
So it's an Italian name or a Jewish name? I thought Rosenthal was a Jewish name.
Both. Well, so the guy who
So I
they
said
made
Jewish,
the
I was very
the,
respectful.
The guy, yeah, that was fine. It's a. I thought you were gonna say it's a Jew name.
It's a Judaism.
The guy who they made the movie about was Jewish in real life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you related to the bear Jew of Inglourious Bastards?
Oh yeah, Donnie Donowitz.
You are related to
Yep.
him?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Donnie Donowitz.
You guys look the same.
Pretty much.
bear-
Similar swing.
So see, his name's the bear Jew. Is that disrespectful to say the bear Jew?
Not in that context. I
Okay.
think it's actually
No,
quite
that's
nice.
Okay. Because he's murdering people.
Yeah, he's hitting people
Yeah.
upside the head with a bat.
Yeah. Okay.
And Jews typically don't get a.
You're not allowed to say that,
reputation
mate.
For being sorry about that. Like for being tough people.
Yeah,
or
yeah. So we'll take what we
anything
could
like
get.
that. It's
Yeah.
more on, get
Well,
him in
like
the
he'll
classroom,
do
we'll
the fuck out of your accountant.
Yeah, get him in the
He'll-
classroom.
Yeah.
We'll thrive, but yeah, we don't.
It's kind of like the Indian. We have Indians back at home. They're kind of like known for the same sort of thing. Not known as being the greatest warriors, but if you need your pizza delivered, like in an Uber, or if you need some numbers crunched.
Yeah.
You know who to call.
You know what? The Indian wrestling team is actually really strong. Did you know that?
I did actually.
Yeah.
Because they have a guy at about 66 kilos, the guy that Suriano wrestled. That's a.
What's his name?
I can't pronounce it. I don't speak.
But he's jacked. He looks like Puzama Palhares, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually have good wrestling.
Fabian could be Indian.
He probably is. He's probably half Mexican, half Indian.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
this.
I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
him.
What was your Instagram handle? We didn't get to that.
Sorry, we got off track.
Mm.
Eric Sherman.
Sherman. So have I been saying Sherman? So I've been saying it wrong?
No, you haven't.
You haven't. You've
Okay.
been saying it right. So
Right.
it's Sherman.
It's like a play on words. Oh, Frank. Jesus. Have your arms burnt out, Frank?
This is a professional.
For those listening, Frank just threw his mic on the ground like he was a gangster that's doing a rap and then threw his mic on the ground.
I'm good. I'm listening.
He's just changed levels.
Give him your handle.
Yeah.
Just like jiu-jitsu, you must match the height of your opponent's microphone.
Yeah. This is impressive. So it's Eric Sherman. You haven't been my last name is actually Sherman. But
Yeah.
I did Sherman because.
Little play on words.
Little play on words. And actually, when I was applying for jobs, I didn't want it to be. They check your handles. They check your Facebook.
Oh, you don't want the
LinkedIn.
nasty shit
I
you
don't
put
want
online.
even though it's all jujitsu stuff, like
Nah, there's some freaky shit.
Yeah.
there was in the beginning. There was.
Yeah.
In the beginning, there was. So. it's
Everyone's
Sherman,
retarded on
but-
social media in the beginning.
But the crazy thing is, a lot of people have been asking. am I getting your name wrong? Like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you're good. But at the finishers, the sponsor we had used Sherman as my last name.
He just read off your Instagram.
He just read right up, and we gave him my last name.
That's good.
Eric Sherman, size, medium. But he used Sherman anyway.
Sherman's a Jewish name? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm surrounded by Jewish gentlemen.
If you get like a...
Yeah, it sounds better.
That was respectful, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
rather than
Right.
I'm surrounded by Jews.
That's what I would have said an hour ago.
I know.
If you get like a...
I'm a quick learner.
Rosenthal, Sherman, a Cohen. Get a lot of Cohens
Goldstein.
around.
Yeah.
Goldstein.
Schwartz.
Anything with wits at the end.
Anything Steen.
Who's that dude that was
Steen,
raping
Wits.
everyone in Hollywood?
Oh,
Not a good man. Jeffrey Epstein.
he actually...
No, not that guy.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you guys proud of him?
He's actually...
No.
Are we proud of him?
He's the only Jewish guy I know.
That is the worst. It's a horrible human being.
Look. Here's the thing, right? Is it a horrible
human
thing
being.
if a girl that maybe wasn't going to get the job anyway?
Yeah.
And he's like, look, you suck my dick, and then you get these jobs. Look, it's like, I'm sure you've done worse things to get a job. We kissed this morning and we barely know each other.
That's true, but you're objectively you're a pretty handsome guy.
Yeah, I like to think so.
Yeah.
I think if you take away my receding hairline, if I had if I had Frank's hairline, right, you got a nice hairline too, Eric. If I had a straight hairline, I don't know. I think
GQ.
like an 8.
Yeah.
Like I think chicks wouldn't be disappointed to tell their friends that they had made sweet love to me.
They wouldn't hate having sex with you.
Yeah.
They wouldn't hate it.
Love it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't love
But
it. They wouldn't hate it.
But they wouldn't
I'm not Isaac Michelle.
No.
That dude, Jesus Christ. And
It's distracting.
So oddly,
Makes
we
me
actually
sick.
have it sucks because we have like there's a guy who trains with us. Like Josh.
Yeah, model
who's-
Josh.
He's like a real male model.
Fucking
we have
asshole.
model Dave. There's like a lot of these dudes just turn up, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing here?
yeah.
They confuse us all the time too.
Mm.
So
Do you accidentally kiss him too, or does it come up
It's
as
not an
much?
accident.
Okay.
It's not an accident.
All right. Well, you guys we're gonna get some food. You guys gonna get lunch before,
Yeah, I gotta eat.
and we got to get coffee.
We gotta get coffee.
Can I take you to a place that actually makes good coffee?
What was the place you were talking about?
So Stumptown is where you want to go, but it's
Stumptown's
a
the
couple
real
of blocks over.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've actually found one direct. Like if we walked through the back of this building, you'd probably end up. It's on 29th,
Okay.
What's it called?
and it's called 9th Street Espresso.
Yeah.
It's actually good. It's
We'll-
proper coffee,
we'll
not
go
American coffee.
Up the stairs and out the door because we can't walk through the fucking building.
Well, you
But-
guys
wait,
might not be
because
able to,
we're
but if you see these,
Yeah, no, you
Those
got
are-
some
Those
pipes.
are pipes.
I'm gonna do like a short fucking punch through one of these
Yeah.
bricks.
I feel
Alright.
like because we're on your podcast, normally we'd never do this, but
Yeah.
we're gonna say something nice about
Oh,
you.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Um,
This hasn't been planned either. If you just read off that script I gave you earlier.
Yeah. I hate myself for doing this, but it's actually great to have you in New York.
Thank you,
It's
mate.
always good to have you here.
Yeah.
And
Appreciate it.
Don't ever come back.
Yeah. The
Mm.
beatings are not so fun, but as a person, I like you. You know what I mean?
I don't know
But
if I've
dude,
been
it's
putting
great.
too much beatings on you.
You're
Yeah.
a beam of positivity.
Thank you, mate.
But we just wish you would leave
Look, I'm going to leave
Or
in a
you
week
could
if
be
that
a
makes you
beam-
feel better.
Beam of positivity from afar.
from afar, like from Australia.
You have my Instagram, so
Feel
you
free
can always-
if you
Write
want.
me an email
Yeah,
or
I
a letter.
I don't want to put words in
Yeah,
your
man.
mouth, but feel free to say maybe like the best guy in Australia. Things like better than Lachlan Giles, better than Craig Jones. These are just some ideas
Aren't
you
they
could go
implied?
with.
Isn't that implied? We know this.
Yeah.
We know this. They know
Yeah,
this.
That's good. The people on the internet now know
Yeah,
this.
They know this.
Because remember, it's about what's on the internet.
Actually, don't.
The
I
truth
mean,
runs marathons.
Yeah, I don't know
as they
Lachlan, so I
say.
don't mean disrespect when
Yeah.
I say that, but
I had a guy at
he's a nice guy.
Brooklyn the other day. JC set him up, and he came over to me. He said, "Lachlan, can I get a photo?"
That's actually hilarious.
And I was like, "Fuck." And I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm not Lachlan." And I fucked in that as those words were coming into my mouth. I was like, "Why am I not spamming photos and they're
Yeah.
tagging Lachlan and he's clear?" Like, so if you let the Savo, Frank,
yeah.
if you can, I don't know, tell like some white belts that are into Lachlan
Sure.
Giles here, tell them that I'm Lachlan, and we'll see if we can get them tagging him in my photos.
100%.
I think that'd be good
100%.
because I lost that opportunity. I'm kind of disappointed with that.
I would have ran with it.
On a side note, the goat, the king of the world's over there asleep. he looks like Lachlan Giles now that he's shaved his head.
He does.
It's like a big, strong, tough version of Lachlan Giles.
Yeah, we did the turtle round this morning, and I actually called him a big Australian fuck.
Did he like that? That's not a negative.
He didn't love it.
That's not a negative thing. He could be proud to be that.
Yeah, he didn't love it.
Well, he's a New Yorker.
Well.
So
It didn't bode well.
New Yorkers are very proud of their heritage and their background. All right, let's go get some coffee. You
All
guys
right.
are fucking
Yes.
legends. Thanks so much
Thanks,
for coming
man.
on.
Thanks very
Have you
much
guys
for
got any
having
sponsors?
us.
Anything you want to like shout out? I mean,
Future Kimonos.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get In-N-Out to sponsor me.
is this the burger place?
Yeah.
What burgers are so fucking rubbish. Why do you guys like that? I don't understand it.
Oh, you don't like In-N-Out?
Okay,
Nah, I don't
Okay,
like
you don't know
burgers.
shit.
I know
Okay.
we're closing this up. I know we're closing.
I know this is not
out, but
helping
I just
you.
want to say, like, after In-N-Out should sponsor this man, because after the tournament, actually after every tournament, I know this guy's at In-N-Out, but we weren't at In-N-Out.
No, we're at Five Guys.
we
But
were
if
at
I'm on the
Five
West
Guys.
Coast, I'm at
Alright.
In-N-Out.
Well,
My
you just
bad.
fucked up.
I
You,
just
you can't go
fucked
to the
up.
competitor.
I can't tell. Yeah, sorry.
We'll
about
cut that out. I'll cut
Fucking
that.
Christ.
I'll cut that.
I don't
Thanks,
know the
Eric.
difference between the. Sorry
He was
about
doing
that.
his sale pitch to
The
In-N-Out.
point is, I eat burgers. The point is, I eat fucking
I'm
burgers,
sorry.
guys.
Yeah, In-N-Out should still sponsor.
Just
him.
fucking send me something.
I do have a
Yeah.
question, right? So you guys sell pizzas in the slices, but you also do these other ones that are square for some reason.
Yeah, Sicilian.
Okay, I don't know why they're square,
Fantastic.
but why are they square? Why aren't they
they-
just normal shape?
They taste different. It's
Okay.
actually like what. It's
you know the answer
Shut
to
the
this?
fuck.
Are you half Italian, Frank? You are named after an Italian mobster.
In 1718,
Sorry,
in
Jewish
Sicily.
mobster.
Yeah, when?
I don't know. They're fucking good, man.
Yeah, they're good. Don't ask questions.
But is the base supposed to be the base? They've been doing crispy.
Yeah, they burnt your pizza.
No,
Well,
but I
they
got
weren't
I got
pizza.
another one the other day. So just down from on 8th and like 30th, there's a place there that's apparently a pretty good pizza place. It's
Yeah.
called something.
Amidas?
Nah, it's
Amadeus
like you know the big Penn Station building.
Amadeus. Idiot.
You know the Penn Station building,
Yeah.
the old school, like the one that looks like it should be in Greece.
Yeah.
If you just go like one like block over on that side of the road, it's just there.
Huh. But they burnt it?
They burn it. They did the same thing. It's like I'm eating toast on the bottom of it. Like the top's nice, but I want my base to be kind of nearly a bit soft.
Yeah. You would have Eric used to live by a great pizza place called Annabelle's. Annabelle's was great.
Delicious.
Should take you there.
We've had, yeah.
There's a lot of
If
pizza
you
around
want
here.
like, I can show you the way.
Look, I've had pizza 2 nights in a row. Jason Rau took me to a place that Matt Serra told him to go to in like out in Long Island somewhere.
Was it Phil's?
Yes, it was Phil's.
Oh, Phil's is awesome.
Phil's is delicious.
It was good.
Yeah. Phil's
And
is great.
I got a couple of slices, but I got a barbecue chicken, and he looked at me like I was a fucking animal. He said, "What are you doing?" He said, "That's not pizza."
Yeah, it's
Like,
weird.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's weird. Get the drunk Sicilian.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it
I
was.
love specialty pies are great. I wouldn't go barbecue, but
Yeah.
like a penne alla vodka slice goes a long way. Chicken parm slice. But some people, like the purists, are like, you can't do that. You just have to have a Sicilian or a plain like.
The food's so different. Like,
crazy.
I find generally the food here is shit house. It's not much chop. Generally, coffee's rubbish, except for the couple of places that
Are you
I've
talking
found.
about New York City right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Get
So
the
look,
fuck outta
I know
here,
this is
okay?
fine. I preface it with this place is spectacular. It's fucking awesome, but there's a
Yeah.
couple of things you guys don't do well. This is not just New York. This is America in general. The food is not quite as good. If you guys ever come out to Australia, I'll show you some good food, and you're going to be like, yeah, I get it now.
Down.
You know, every Australian turns up like a righteous asshole, and we're
Yeah.
like, we know. The one thing is the food.
Okay.
The food and the coffee.
You guys have that?
Yeah, we got that wrapped up. I don't know why. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
That's where you thrive.
Yeah.
That's where you
All right.
thrive.
Well, Frank's mic's literally down at his dick now, so we're gonna
I-
unless he could talk straight out of his dick.
My
is the
back
time.
hurts so much. Can we
Yeah.
please go get breakfast?
All right, guys, you're fucking legends.
Okay. Thank you.
so much
Thank
for
you,
having
gentlemen.
us, dude. You're
Thank
the man.
you.
Don't
Thank you,
shake us
Frank.
in. You don't want to. Okay. Okay.
Thanks, man.